Wide Angle continues with Carol Marin.
Senator Biden, thank you for joining us on Wide Angle.
Happy to be with you.
Senator, the film that we just saw was incredible in terms of the access the crew did have. But we also should point out the access the crew didn't have.
Yeah.
Didn't see the Saudi unemployed, didn't see that whole group of people that were referred to as the people with incessant lack of hope. If Saudi Arabia is on the verge or potentially able to implode, is it also equally able to explode in our direction?
It's already exploding in our direction. It's a little bit like having the gas station on the corner. You don't like the proprietor very much, but he keeps pumping the gas. And now you find out in the back room they're cutting heroin and cocaine, and they're distributing it to all the drug dealers in the region. Obviously, that gas station now becomes your problem. It gives you gas, but it's a problem. Saudi Arabia is becoming our problem as well as our ally.
You have no doubt in your own mind that they are still, on some level or many levels, funding al-Qaeda, fostering al-Qaeda?
None whatsoever. Not the royal family sitting. The leadership you spoke to isn't there saying, hey, man, let's get some more money to al-Qaeda and let's foster terror. Because now they've gotten a piece of it. They've been bitten by it. They've been stung. And they realize they're the target. They begin to say, whoa, we have a problem. The royal family has to understand, if they do not stand up to, A, the radical fundamentalist terrorist, on the one hand, and two, begin to enfranchise economically and politically and socially the 50% of the population under the age of 30 that's dispossessed, they are going to reap the whirlwind.
Saudis we've talked to protest and say, look, there's really a difference between religious fundamentalism and a terrorist kind of mindset. Yeah. And you Americans, you confuse that too much.
Show me. When they build all these 7,000 madrasas on the Pakistani-Afghani border and teach kill Americans in those madrasas. That is the litany where you don't learn to read or to write and add and subtract. What you learn is rote, and what you learn is an extreme version of the threat posed to your religion by the rest of the world. I'm not saying everyone who is a Wahhabi is someone who's going to get in a plane, hijack it, and smash it into a building. But I am saying the environment in which that education takes place and the denial of acts. Look, there's vast unemployment in Saudi Arabia. You've referenced it in your piece. Now, why is that? It's a very wealthy country. Why are they importing 6 million workers? Not just to shine your shoes when you go into the hotels, but to run the oil fields. Isn't that kind of strange? Because they don't have a qualified education system. They are not the mathematicians. They are not the scientists. They are not the chemists. Because their education system doesn't provide that.
What's our solution? Our
solution is to put pressure on the Saudis. We should be saying to them, set up an education system where you actually teach people. Higher mathematics, you actually teach people language so that you can provide the jobs that pay $50, $100, $200,000 to Saudis instead of importing people from all over the globe to run your oil fields.
What else?
To run. You allow for political expression at the local level. You elect the local municipality, decide on where the water line's going to go, whether or not they're going to build a road or not build a road. Give people some vehicle. Allow for elections to the advisory body to the royal family. It still only remains advisory, but engage people. Give them some piece of the action. Does anyone disagree with the fact that half of this country is under the age of 30 and that 2/3 of that is angry and disenfranchised? If that premise is agreed to, then you better find a way to let the steam off. We have playgrounds in kindergarten. We have political parties in democracies. There's got to be some place other than the mosque.
But what you seem to be saying is, since they don't know how to do it quite, you've got to get them started on some road of some voting, some voicing.
Yeah, no, it's not they don't know how to do it right. It's that you're not going to be able to get the royal family to do what they should do.
I don't think
the best of all worlds would be to wave a wand and say, look, reform the whole system. you all, the royal family, have a meeting and say, we need a constitutional democracy. That's never going to happen. There's never been a government in charge that ever has willingly, totally given up the absolute control they have. So in the meantime, you got to say to them, look, you got to give them something. Because if you don't give them hope, they're going south on you, man. They're going to continue to be radicalized.